Recently, I was at a conference, and in the middle of worship, I heard these words, silent treatment. So as the worship continued, I was asking the Lord, why did you say silent treatment? And the Lord laid out an amazing, powerful, prophetic word, and I hope that it helps a lot of people today. The Lord said there are so many people that are believing for big things in their life, the right doors to open up, the right alignments to happen, and they're tired and they're weary and they feel like there has been a silent treatment on behalf of heaven towards them. And the Lord said, not hardly. This is not the case at all. And then I just felt the joy of the Lord, just the gladness of God come up on me. And it was almost like I could hear the Lord laughing and saying, if people truly understood how much I was building for them, how much I was putting in place for them, how much I was positioning them, they would not think that way. A lot of times, when you're a kid, you're like, Mom, I'm hungry. I'm cooking something. Mom, come on, just make me a PB&J. But then when you sit down at the table, there is a spread because it took a while to prepare it. And then you were so glad that you didn't get that PB&J. And I feel like the Lord is saying that there is a strong stirring going on in the heaven, that this is a time that the Lord is really preparing the Church of America and around the world for something greater. God is doing a work in so many people, in so many cities, in so many regions, all throughout our nation. And it all begins with the individuals. God is doing a work in so many people. There is a process that always leads to the promise. And what you have to understand is when you think that there's a silence in heaven, when you think that God is being silent towards you, towards your prayers, remember this. Your breakthrough is going to be greater than you could ever even imagine. And I just feel just the love of the Father just saying, encourage people to let them know that it is not a silent treatment, but that He is preparing things. And as I continued to pray throughout that service, I declared that word. And the people were just like, yes, that is true. So we prayed, and over half the people in the conference raised their hand and said, this is a now word from me. And I said, Lord, is this a word that I need to release at a greater capacity than just the conference that we were at? And the Lord said, absolutely. So many people are tired and they're weary, but they do not understand that the door of their breakthrough is about to swing wide open. And when it does, the time that you've waited, it will be worth it. You will understand that the process that you were going through before you got your breakthrough, you were in training, you were in equipping. And during this season, it drew you closer into the Lord. All throughout the Bible, when David was in his cave season, literally, when John the Baptist was in the wilderness, literally, when David was out with the sheep in the wilderness, literally, they were out there. This is when they grew in God. There's a lot of people that you see in life, ministry, and business that are very successful, but they've all have those wilderness, those cave seasons, those times when they were saying, God, when is my breakthrough coming? And the Lord was letting them get stronger in Him, building a relationship with Him. And here's why. Because when God builds you something, He builds you something strong. He builds you something powerful. And He cares more about who you are than where He's taking you. And He wants to always make sure that you are strong enough to carry the promises that He's given you. So the silent treatment that you think you're getting from heaven, not hardly, my friends. It's that God is preparing something for you. Get ready for your doors of breakthrough to swing wide open.